Everybody, and welcome back to the Band of Variety channel. Today's video we're going to be doing is showcasing the new weapon that I've built for fighting on this channel, which I have yet to upload some more videos of. So this is a RPGL, or rocket propelled grenade launcher, or RPG, or just rocket launcher, whatever it may be. It's used because my mortar was not cutting everything. So mortars are for long range launching of a shell onto a target. If you have something at close range, that's what you have a rocket launcher for, so I needed that to enhance my fighting capabilities. So basically how I built this is cut off a piece of 4-inch sewers drain pipe, like this here. Same size as the mortar that I have. If you're interested in seeing about the mortar, go elsewhere on our channel and find a 4-inch field mortar video showcase and firing. You'll get an in-depth description as well as demonstration of that. It's also used on resistance story episodes on my channel. So, without further ado, we're going to get into this. So, this is 4-inch sewage drain pipe cut off. This is just a hook for on a wall that you would hang something on. It's a priming handle. In here, I have a bolt threaded through here with a white washer underneath, and a nut on the inside of the pipe threaded onto the bolt, so you can spin this as much as you need to and it will not loosen up. And here's our trigger. It's just another hook, screws on it. And in here is where our shell is going to go, like that. And then this is our components for firing of the weapon. So this is the cap here to cover the end. It's just a 4-inch Schedule 40 cap for on the end of a pipe, and this is a clean out plug for a pipe, and that would go on a pipe that is a sewer or a tap, and you would stick this on the end, so if you need to screw it off, if the sewer was plugged up or something, you could put something down in there, jam it, or look in there and see what's plugging it up, or if there's something in there. That's what that's for. You would screw that on the end. That's not what this is for in this case. This is where our CO2 cartridge is located, because this is gas powered and uses CO2 compressed air to blast the rocket grenade out of the end of the barrel. And so you would take this out, put a new cartridge in as you ran out of gas. And that's not a new thing. There's BB guns and pellet guns that use airsoft CO2 or CO2 compressed air actions. So, that being said, we're going to take our, this doesn't really look like a rocket grenade, but it's a football, because when the Bucketed Empire came to power, they suspended and destroyed the world's trade, so they couldn't import grenades to people that were opposing them, so they took old football cases and put gunpowder and stuff inside of them. Now this is just the outer shell. There's a smaller grenade inside. It's going to launch out of the shell upon contact from the CO2, and it's going to hit this, push back into a primer, create an explosion, and then explode the shell from the inside out. Kind of like a fragmentation area. Fragmentation shrapnel grenade. So you're going to stick that in there, push it down far enough to about there, so it's in there like that. We're going to take our cap, put it on nice enough that you can get it back off with ease in the middle of battle, but not too loose that you're going to fall off when you shoot it. It's going to fall off when you shoot it. Okay? Now, with that being said, it's ready now. We have to turn this up to shoot it, but I'm not going to do that for a dangerous reason. For that case, in soldiers in the resistance ranks, or in whoever was using this, they were told not to prime this after you load it, because common sense, if you bump the trigger goofing off with your buddies or whatever, when you're not supposed to, or you're just on downtime between battles and you bump the trigger, you're going to blow you and your buddies to nothing. So that's not good. It's very dangerous. There were idiots that did that, but mainly that was a safety precaution. You primed this, and they always stayed back behind the lines, so if an ambush happened, they had time to get that prime and use it. Because if they were at the front, they were most likely a heavy target. Dudes using this, just like dudes with flamethrowers, anti-tank units, anything, they're a higher target than basic infantry because they're more of a threat to the bulk and the more powerful units of enemy forces. So they're targeted more, so that's why they're towards the back of the advancing line when advancing lines are used. So I have some explosives set up downrange. You can't see them, but I'm going to launch this at that. And then I'm going to have to hold on to the camera because of the concussion wave that's going to come back. All right? So what we're going to do here is just set up here. And here we go. I'm going to pull this up. And we're not holding it like this. Like we're shooting a machine gunner out here. And I'll put it behind her shoulder like this. And then this tape on the end here is just to signify to you that you're not going to put the cap on here, because there's people that are trying to do it faster, people that forget things and do stupid things, and they put it on the end of the barrel, and that don't work. So that's to signify that's the end of the barrel, and put your cap back here. So that's why that is. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to hold on to this like this, and then this will come back after we shoot, and then we can just reprime it when we reload. Here we go. Shooting up high. No sights or any elevation, you just kind of have to eyeball it, because putting sights on increase the cost of manufacturing. Okay, let's brace the camera here. Just looking at this here. All right, we're good. Targeting. You hear that little distant explosion after, that's because there was a little explosive that fell off and I couldn't be bothered with going down, so it exploded shortly after the main charges went up. So that's that. Okay, so now we know, we get the gist of it firing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to change this out like that. A lot of smoke build up in there. All right, okay. So now I'm going to explain my targets. So we have hood men. These are dudes that wear these hoods. And basically they're down there in a clump. And so when they were fighting, they were working with the Bucketed Empire, and then shortly after they were fighting the resistance, just becoming a challenge to the resistance. That's the printer running over there. Just ignore that sound. What they did, well, if infantry were harassing them, they had shield men with shields and swords, and they'd get down in clumps when they couldn't move up because they have vulnerable areas on them, because the shield can only cover so much ground. They didn't have like riot police shields or anything, so they'll clump up. Well, their biggest threat is anti-material units, or dudes that can shoot through shields, or rocket launcher guys, or flamethrowers. So what we're going to do is we're going to show that today. We have a group of them clumped up down there. And what we're going to do, these are just clones. What I'm going to do is we're going to blow them up. Now, a few of them may survive the explosion because these dudes have tougher armor. And they may not be one of the dudes that gets hit directly by the shell. So they may get back up, and I'm going to have to fight them with a sword because I didn't bring any firearms with me. Alright, it should be hitting them right about now. Moving to the camera, focused on the enemies. Okay, we should see real quickly here who gets out. Alright, we have a couple stragglers. They're getting up. And since they're just clones, they're not as intelligent as real hood men. So they are kind of running in a clump. Get another shell. I don't know why I left my other shell over there. Okay, they're running at us. So we got to kind of eyeball that. Push that down in there. These were heavier, these things, so some dudes like to do it from like this and then get it up. You're always in cover. So like I said, you're a big target. All right. 2 stragglers. Right. So that is that. We get the gist of the RPGL, which is the official name of this. So the official name is the Model 2022 RPGL, or it was called the 22 launcher, the 22 RPGL, one of those. But that's basically how this gun works. Very simple to load and fire. Safety precautions must be taken. Basic common sense safety precautions. And it obviously you have to be at closer range. You're not going to be making any long range stuff with that, because there is no sights. But that is basically the gist of the weapon. It's going to be enhancing our fighting capabilities. And remember, guys, it's going to be it for today's video. So please like, subscribe, so it helps out the Banger Will Ride channel. Stay tuned for any other videos or any other things that I may do within the next few days.